Hey Wildcats! For our last week of online learning, I'm going to provide you with a bunch of different fun activities that you can do with the sun. So I'm going to show you a few different things and you can choose to do them this week or you can use them for the rest of your summer. Can't wait to see you next year. Today I'm going to show you 3 activities. The first activity I'm going to show you is sun printing. The sun is really powerful, and if we take a piece of construction paper and leave it in the sun, it's going to fade. The color is going to get less bright. By putting something on top of the paper, we're going to block the sun's rays and create a silhouette or a shadow of what was there. The second activity I'll show you is creating a sun catcher with glue and some paints and some fun materials. When you put a sun catcher in a window, it catches the sun or the sun shines through and it makes it look really, really cool. The last activity I'll show you is creating shadow doodles. So we're going to use shadows from anything that you can find and turn it into something new. To create a sun print, you can use almost anything to block the sun, but you do need a piece of colored construction paper. I'll show you how we can use stickers or make our own stencils out of paper with scissors and tape. Whatever you choose to use to put on top of your construction paper, you're going to lay it out in whatever way you want. So I'm putting my stickers all the way around, and the shape of the sticker is going to be what stays the dark blue color. So when I put on these shapes, underneath is going to remain dark. You can use leaves, you can use toys, as long as you can have the sun showing on your piece of paper. I put some stickers and then I'm going to cut some shapes out of a piece of paper and tape them down. Remember, don't use glue because we're going to take them off at the end. If you use glue, we won't be able to take off any of the shapes. When you're all done putting your shapes in place, we need to find somewhere that's really sunny to place it. The sunniest place in my home is in the window, so I'm going to tape mine up and leave it for a couple days. But you can also lay it flat outside in the sun, and it might actually be done in a couple hours. Once you're ready, you can take it down and start peeling off your stickers and see what's underneath. The sun faded away the area around all of our stickers, and the stickers blocked the sun from reaching the paper. So underneath it's really dark like it was in the beginning, and everywhere around it is faded. That creates a sun print. You can even go back in and draw inside the shapes that showed up. It's up to you, it's your artwork. Here are some other really fun examples of how to create sun prints with other materials. Next up, we're creating some sun catchers. So for our sun catchers, we need a lot of liquid glue and a lid. So the lid can be any shape that you want, but it's better to have something that bends a lot so you can pop out the glue once it's dry. I'm going to be adding some paint, sequins, and glitter into my glue, but you can use anything you want. And then I have a stick nearby, it's just an old chopstick, so that I can push it around without getting my hands dirty. We are going to take our glue. I'm going to take the whole lid off because we'll need a lot, so have somebody help you with this part so you don't pour too much, and spread it around the inside of your lid. There should be a lip or a raised edge on your lid so that the glue doesn't overflow. I'm using a chopstick left over to push around the glue to make sure it covers the bottom. Now we get to add all the fun stuff. So I'm going to grab this blue food coloring. You can also use liquid paint. I only added a few drops because I want to leave some of this space white and leave room for my other added materials. Then I'll add in some glitter. And then I'm going to take that same stick and I'm going to swirl my glitter and the paint together. I don't want to do too much because when we are all done, the white parts will be clear. And because it's a sun catcher, we want some parts of it to be clear so we can see the sun through it. And now for my last details, I'll add some sequins on top. You can add beads, you can add pasta, you can add anything that you want inside of your sun catcher. It will stick because there's a lot of glue down there. When you're done decorating, we have to let it dry for about a day and a half. So you'll know it's dry once it looks like this. All of the glue will become clear. And now we can pop it out of the lid. It's easy if you're using a lid that's kind of flexible so that you can move it to the side and pop back the edge. You can see that the glue is starting to peel off from the plastic, so you can start putting your finger underneath or just taking it and peeling it off all the way. Once it's popped out, I just attached a string with some tape to the back so that I could hang it from somewhere sunny. So I put it right in this window so I can look at it and watch the sun shine through. And here are some examples of sun catchers made using other materials. Last up, we're going to use the sun to create some shadow doodles. By sitting in a sunny place, if you place something in front of the sun, it will create a shadow. And we can get really creative and turn these shadows into something. I placed a plant on my paper, and the first thing I noticed is that the long spikes kind of look like antenna or legs. So I started adding some pincers and some eyes to make it look like a spider. Then I noticed that there are some lines from my window panes, and if I put some more lines with them, I can start making it into a spider web for my spider. You can get really creative and use different objects to see what different kinds of shadows they'll create. Using shadows can give you endless possibilities. Here are some examples of some other fun things you can do with shadows. The pictures on the left are actually by an artist named Vincent Ball, who has a whole Instagram full of pictures that he makes from shadows that he calls shadowology. You can also trace from shadows on paper or even on the pavement with some chalk. I love and miss you all, Wildcats. I hope you have an amazing summer.